I just throw things out there. Just see how you feel.
What's up, everybody? Intox Rant incoming. So, have y'all heard about something called the Mandela Effects? I know y'all have heard something about it. But anyways, the Mandela Effects, right? Little something where the biggest one probably everybody knows is the Berenstain Bears, right? Is it STAIN or is it STEIN for Berenstain Bears, right? Or the Fruit of the Looms logo, right? Did it have a cornucopia or did it not have a cornucopia, right? So those are just a couple of, fun ones that everybody always looks at, the biggest ones, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of different stuff, right? So, early on when I thought about, because this popped up around 2013, 2014. So early on when I looked at it, I thought about, well, you know what? Maybe it's just a bunch of us misremembering shit, because, 30 years ago, we didn't have the fucking internet. You know what I mean? 40 years ago, we didn't have the internet. So it's like, we didn't have this information where we could just look and go, hey, let me just go Google this real quick, right? We had to remember and think about stuff. So sometimes you can misremember things. That's totally possible, But what I started to, over the last couple of years, what I started to realize about the Mandela effects is once I realized that we were time travelers, right? We're time travelers going back and fixing all these things in order to progress in the game, right? And, we're progressing. We're winning. You know what I mean? We've already won. That's the way we look at it, right? As we're progressing in this thing, I started realizing, wait a minute, if we're time travelers and we're collapsing timelines and stuff like that, and we're building upon all that shit, then maybe Mandela effects are just the residual shit from timelines that we've come from. And as we've collapsed them down to this perfect timeline, we just remember things a little differently because we all came from different timelines, but we're all meeting here now. You know what I mean? So think about it like that, right? That it's just a timeline shift. And as we shift through these timelines, little things in our world are going to change. Little things are going to be a little bit different. Maybe that Ford logo is a little bit different, or maybe this, this TV show was a little bit different than you remember. Go back and watch some of this shit. You know what I mean? Go back and do some research and watch it with new eyes, with new information. Different movies, different shows, things you watched as a kid, things you watched as a, teenager, different things like that. It can open your eyes to a lot of different things because you'll see all of a sudden that a lot of this spirituality and metaphysics and all this stuff was already embedded in all these things. But at the time, you didn't have the information. So you didn't notice it, And so down the road, as we notice things, I think a lot of people are starting to call a lot of things Mandela effects. But really, they're just timeline residue from timelines that we've collapsed down, and now we're here in the perfect timeline. But in order to hear more, come meet me and BDot every Friday, 9 a.m. Awkward Intelligence. We'll see you then.
Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking fast.
This is Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking